Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Hamza Foy. I'm one of the mentors for YM Guiding Light here in Louisville, Kentucky. I'd like to open a reminder, inshallah, one of many, from the 40 hadiths of Imam Nawawi. I selected the hadith that is reported by Ali ibn Hussein, in which Rasulullah ﷺ said, "Verily, from the perfection of Islam is that a person leaves what does not concern him." The source is Sunan Tirmidhi, and it is graded Sahih, or authentic. Inshallah, this reminder is first for myself and for all of our YM members. During this blessed month of Ramadan, we are leaving all sorts of distractions, three of which we know about by virtue of abstaining from it during the fast. That is food, water, and sexual activity. These three distractions are not seen completely negatively in the Islamic tradition, but they are seen as potential distractions from us recognizing Allah and keeping the faith. There are multiple other distractions that we are aware of, especially in this modern world, and this hadith actually speaks to these distractions that are particularly strong in our society nowadays. So when we read this hadith, obviously, we see, leave that which does not concern you. For many, a general application is, okay, let's stay out of people's businesses. Let's, not nose around in other people's affairs, which is correct. In Surah Al-Hujurat, we see in verse 12, "O you who have believed, avoid much assumption. Indeed, some assumption is sin. And do not spy or backbite each other. Would one of you like to eat the flesh of his brother when dead? You would detest it. And fear Allah. Indeed, Allah is accepting of repentance and merciful." So once again, this hadith is broad, general, and we can determine multiple applications. The main application is, only concern ourselves with ourselves, whether it's with our relation with Allah, whether it's with our, family, with our duties, with our obligations, and do not spy or peruse other people's affairs, especially their personal affairs. I do want to bring one other application that I find with this hadith. This hadith rings true to me, particularly with regards to modern distractions, whether it's through news media, whether it's through social media, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. We have other distractions around us that are particularly compelling through these media outlets. So many calls to action, so many people imploring us to concern ourselves with that which we don't have any ability to affect. And especially for our youth, especially if they're in college, there's so many, groups, whether it's, activist groups or other kinds that are calling us to this, to that, to always change our direction, change our stance, and we lose perspective of Sirat al-Mustaqim, the straight path. And Ramadan is that opportunity for us to straighten that moral compass, to focus on what we can have an effect on, and focus on what Allah and Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us to focus on, chiefly ourselves first and foremost, our family, our other relatives, and then our local community. We get so caught up and distracted and pulled this way and that way that we forget to focus on home base. We forget to focus on what we can actually affect and change and maintain. And there's another gem of wisdom in the Hilyat al-Awliya, where it is said that if Allah wills goodness for his servant, he opens the door of action and closes the door of disputation. If Allah wills harm for a servant, he closes the door of action and opens the door of disputation. We need to focus on actual practical measures within our life, actually maintaining our family bonds and maintaining our community, the masajids, the institutions, and actually caretaking the people nearest us, and then move outward. Let's leave that which does not concern us, the distractions, to care about so many things that are outside of our control, and let's focus instead on what we can control and what the Sunnah and the Quran compels us to concern ourselves first and foremost with: ourselves, our family, and our local community. Jazakallah khairan. Wassalamu alaikum.